Hey folks, your buddy Noodler coming at you one more time from our Blues Guitar Secret Headquarters. I'm going to show you a couple of little comping moves today, so without any further ado, let's get down to business here. We're in the key of A today, and this is what this riff is going to sound like. It's just a useful comping thing that you can do. You don't have to phrase it like I just did. You can strum it. And you phrase it however you want. But the idea is, you're playing the blues in A or whatever, and you got, you're on the A chord and or whatever. I mean, you can play this in any key. And you got a few bars to fill, and I mean, you could just sit there on the dominant 7 or whatever, but this adds a little spice to that, and you can get really creative with this. You can play each note separately, all that kind of fun stuff. Anyway, what I'm doing is, this is how I'm fingering the dominant A dominant chord here. I've got my middle finger on the low E string 5th fret. I got my ring finger on the D string 5th fret, and I got my pinky on the G string 6th fret. And then the next part of this, your middle finger moves up to low E 6th fret, index finger D string 5th fret, pinky G string 7th fret. Okay, next little bit, you move your, now my middle finger is on the 8th fret of the low E. My index finger is on the 7th fret of the D string, and my pinky is on the 8th fret of the G string, right? So, and then the last part of this little riff is you keep your index finger where it is and slide your middle finger now up to the 9th fret, low E, and your pinky is on the G fret, G string on the 9th fret rather. So you can go forwards and backwards. Alright, so that's a pretty cool little thing. And now if you want to change it up, if you're going to be playing chords off of the A string root, this is how you do basically the same move off of the A string root. I hope you guys can see this. Technical difficulties. I won't bore you with my problems. Okay, so I'm starting off playing the D7 here, and it's just a regular ass D7. I'm barring the 5th fret from the A string down. I got my ring finger on the D string 7th fret, and my pinky on the B string 7th fret. It's a 7th chord. Okay, so that's the start. And now what I've done is I've moved my middle finger up to the 6th fret of the A string. My index finger is currently on the G string 5th fret and on the B string 7th fret. That's where my pinky is. So again, middle finger, A string 6th fret, index finger G string 5th fret, pinky B string 7th fret. So okay, and now the next part is I've got my middle finger on the 8th fret of the A string, I've got my index finger on the 7th fret of the G string, and I've got my pinky on the 9th fret of the B string. Okay, and the last part of this little riff is you keep your index finger where it is, right, 7th fret G string, and you move your middle finger up now to the 9th fret of the A string, and your pinky now moves to the 10th fret of the B string. Right? So just to make sure that I didn't fuck you over the first time, I'm just going to show you that one more time. You start with the 7th chord, which is index barring the 5th fret from the A string down, ring finger on the 7th fret of the D string, pinky on the 7th fret of the B string. That's the first part. Right? Now my middle finger is on the 7th fret of the A string. My index finger is currently residing on the 6th fret of the G string, and my pinky is on the 8th fret. So, right? Those are the first two bits. Okay, and I think I might have screwed up the first time I showed you that by accidentally showing you part of another riff that's also pretty cool. Just a little thing. So that's why I reiterated that, and I'll show you what I think I probably taught you the first time around on this. Yeah, see? This is a completely different riff. It starts with that 7th chord. Right? And what you're doing is going from D to A here. And this is a fun little riff. It's almost identical to the one I just showed you. Pardon me. You start out with the 7th chord, the usual thing. And now what I've done is, okay, again, 7th chord, index finger barring the 5th fret from the A down, ring finger on the 7th fret of the D, pinky on the 7th fret of the B. Right? So that's the first part. And then put your middle finger on the 6th fret of the A string, index finger on the 5th fret of the G string, pinky 7th fret. And then you move up and you turn it into an A7 chord by putting your middle finger here on the A string 7th fret, index finger G string 6th fret, pinky 8th fret B string. You know, that's an A chord. It's just another way to play that A chord. Right? So that's another little move out of that. What else do I got for you today? I must have something. Sorry, Ed, I don't mean to pelt you with gibberish. Here's a lick. I'm going to give you a groovy lick. I play this lick a lot, so if I hear you playing it, it's going to piss me off. I'm kidding, of course. This lick's in A, and what I'm going to do is go... Okay, so I'm starting on the root note, B string, 10th fret, and then I'm going to play the high E string at the 7th fret, and then go back to that high E string, 7th fret, so, and then 8th fret, high E, so, see what I'm doing? So, root 10th fret, high E 7th fret, root again, right? So, and then back to the 7th fret, to the 8th fret, back to the root, back to the 8th fret, to the 9th fret, to the root. And then I play the B string at the 7th fret, playing that 6th there, and back to the root, and you can come out of it however you want. Right? So there's a riff for you. What other riff could I possibly give up out of my half dozen riffs I've been playing for 20 fucking years? Oh, here's one. Here's a pretty groovy riff. again, I'm in the key of A, and what I'm going to do is walk down from the, I'm on the high E string, and I'm going to walk from the 12th chromatically down to the 10th. And then I'm going to play the B string at the 13th fret, and then I'm going to play the B string root note here at the 10th fret. So there's a riff for you. That's a pretty sweet little riff. What else am I going to give you today? I must have something. Okay, here's a riff that's kind of cool. In A again, and it gets you from A to, moves you across the neck here. So I'm going to play the root note here, low E, 6th fret, major 3rd, A string, 4th fret. So, and then the 5th here, the A string at the 7th fret. So it's basically an A major part arpeggio. And then I'm going to slide from the 7th fret up to the 9th. So, and then play the root on the D string, 7th fret. So, and then I'm going to slide from 9 to 11. And then I'm going to play the G string at the 9th fret, and then the G string at the 11th fret, and then the B string here at the 10th fret, and then I'm going to play the G string at the 11th fret again, and then the B string at the 13th. And end there on the root, or wherever you want to go from there. So there you go. There's a couple of comping moves and a couple of riffs for you. Demonstrated, incidentally, on my fantastic Gibson Supreme guitar here. My secret shame, my guilty pleasure. Anyhow, I kind of dig it. And that's about all, folks. Thanks for listening, and I hope you got something out of that, and we'll talk to you real soon.